Hi guys, I'm Beatrice. I'm the co-founder of the Bloom BMX. I am with Bethany today, and we're going to be going through her latest video with GT. Bethany, introduce yourself. Give us a spiel. What are we watching today?
Well, you're watching my first ever legitimate video part. I talked about this with Z. There is a video part on the deep webs of YouTube of when I was 9. I don't recommend watching it. It's not that
Well, I have to find
entertaining.
it now.
But this is my first legitimate video part with my, first really ever sponsored GT. We just kind of started filming it almost a year ago, spontaneously, and clips started stacking up toward the point where it's just oh, we might as well just release a part. So, yeah, it's just been a project we've been working on for a while, bits and bops, just over the past year, and just little spontaneous trips to SoCal, a little bit in Arizona.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's been doing really well. But yeah, I'm going to play it. At any point, just let me know when to stop and then give me all the information that you want to share. Okay, cool. 1 second.
Wait, let me turn my Breaking Bad off. Hold on. Pause it right here.
Yeah.
So, D came up with this idea for the name thing. If you know me and you know my last name, it's not hard to spell, but people somehow mess it up every time.
I didn't even notice that.
They mess it up at contests, they mess it up in articles sometimes, people mess it up just pronouncing it. It's a really simple name. It's just Hedrick. For my entire life, from school to BMX to even ordering food at Chipotle, they always mess up my name.
Oh my god! I actually didn't notice this. I thought it was just your name and scratched out for looks, but I didn't even notice the wrong spelling.
Yeah, so
sick.
Yeah, that day we were trying to find spots to ride, and just wasn't one of those days where we really could find anything to ride at all.
Yeah.
So we were kind of oh well, let's try to do this intro idea we had. So we kind of just bought. I think Z and I bought a chalkboard from Target, and we just went to this weird DIY spot and just started writing all this stuff on the whiteboard.
That's how you do that?
No, I think he actually dissed my handwriting, and he did it himself on the computer. I don't know fully, but these are all the names that I've seen.
I definitely have seen Hendrix for sure.
Hedricks, the first one that's crossed out, is very rare.
Oh my god.
I've gotten Kendrick before, so Kendrick Lamar. I'm that doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, I thought that was a really cool idea. I'm glad we were able to execute that properly.
Nice. That's a cool thing I didn't notice. But yeah, let's keep going and let me know when to stop next.
Here, stop at this one real quick. This is a funny story.
Yeah. Okay.
So, this is just some random spot Shorty found, like, right next to the spot we were riding. If you can't see it, like, it's uphill and it's grass and it's towards this just, like, really weird outledge.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the spots we go to, honestly, like, we go to this one spot and it ends up being, like, we get a clip on it, but we're not that stoked on it, and then, like, we just pedal around and we find other stuff. There's a couple instances, like, throughout the edit where those clips have happened, like that green ledge. We didn't know that existed until, like, we went in the area looking for a different spot. But yeah, it's just kind of cool to, like, you end up getting 2 clips instead of 1 that you were determined for just by pedaling around for 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
I think that's what made this edit so fun, is that a lot of the stuff we had was, like, stuff we came there to do, but, like, that was only, 40% of it. The rest of the 60% was just like, oh, we found this, we might as well just, like, run it. Which I think that's the cool thing about street riding, is, like, it's just super unexpected. So it's like, you never really know what you're going to get yourself into, which can be fun, it can be scary, but yeah, I think that's just a really good example of, like, what went on.
How's, like, the day plan? Like, is it like, hey, like, I want to do this trick and I want to find, like, the perfect spot for it? Or do you let the spot determine, like, what you do?
The first couple trips, it was kind of just like, Z was like, I think you could do this, and we went there and we did it. It's farther down when we started getting the timeline, like, running, we were kind of like, oh, it'd be sick if we had this trick in there, if we had a skate park clip here, or, you know, an outledge, a down rail, an out rail. So we kind of, like, found spots within the area that we knew we could hit within a day. We kind of, like, planned, okay, this is, like, the main thing we want. There's other, like, warm-up spots we can go to and get clips on. You know, we could hit this spot, and then there's something right across the street we can hit, or we can just, like, go downtown and just find shit. So
Nice.
it just really depends. Z's, like, the keeper of all the spots. Like, he'll send photos almost weekly of, like, spots he's just literally driving around and finding.
Like, just new spots. Like, he's fine. Like, it's not even old stuff he has in the book, but, like, continuously new spots.
Like, he has,
That's
like, folders. Like, he'll send me, like, 28 photos or in, like, a folder of, like, all these, like, spots he's found or spots he knows of. And we kind of just, like, plan the day around what spots are relative towards each other and kind of just hit those. So, which is nice. It's nice to have a plan executed before you even go on the mission, which makes it a hell of a lot easier to, like...
It's nice to have a spot master, too, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, let's keep going. You're getting so good at those. The bars are looking so more confident. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hate to break it to you. I think I'm going back to the coaster, though.
No.
But maybe coaster.
Well, I have no stake in the game, but, like, it is pretty cool that you can do both free coaster and the cassette back and forth and not have any issues.
I'm pretty stoked on this clip.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of neat, like a little, like, T-bog on the hip, disaster to whip.
I freaking love Obi.
And that spot was sick, too. That was the first spot we hit on the last trip I went. And then that's in Compton.
Okay, you do have a story about Compton and your mom.
So I've been around the block a couple times. No, but on all seriousness, the funny thing about street riding is, well, I'm from northern Kentucky, so, like, I don't live in the middle of nowhere, but, like, I don't live in the city, necessarily.
Yeah.
But I've grown around it. But my family's always scared shitless about me traveling to all these different places around the world, and they're have me on that Life 360 app, which is convenient because, like, what if I need to drop my brother off a guitar and need to pick something
Hmm.
up? My mom knows mine. Blah, 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 blah. Logistically, I think it's very convenient.
Yeah.
Sometimes it scares the shit out of my parents. So there's a time when Z, I think, Ben, Scott from Odyssey came, and Justin and I were all in Compton, like in the thick of Compton. like gnarly Compton. And my mom's like,
Okay, wait, is it actually that like gnarly?
I was on my toes.
Okay.
Like, I didn't get approached at. I
Okay,
mean, like,
that's good.
it's LA, it's Compton, like, you never know what to expect, but, like, I like to think that people won't fuck with me because I look like a literal, like, 12-year-old, and they're like,
No, I mean
I
that's
have a
easy
sense, I, like,
pickings.
have some faith in the world that
Yeah.
people won't be dicks, so, it turned off, but, yeah, my mom found out I was in Compton, and she was tracking me, and my mom, like, texted me, like, in France, like, why are you in Compton? Who's letting you go to Compton? And I'm
It's
like,
Z.
Z, but, like, I'm in a group with, like, 5 guys. We're just riding bikes. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, there's just scary instances like that freak out my parents. Like, the first time I ever, like, really went to California with GT, like, the first night, I called my mom, and she's like, Mom, guess where we went? And she's like, what? Skid Row. And she's like, well, what do you mean Skid Row? Like
The,
the homeless people? Like the CISO
one of the
hotel?
clips. One of the clips is like on Skid Row, right? Like or like close to Skid Row.
Yeah, I think the brick quarter pipes are relative distance to Skid Row. Usually
Okay.
when we park, it's pretty close. But, like, yeah, we'll always see some type of shenanigans around there. It scares my parents, but Z knows what he's doing. He's said it, like, he's like, oh, I'm always on my toes, or, cautious about where I take you, and I don't want your parents to think I'm, like, taking you to Compton for fun, like, it's just for bikes. And my mom and my dad are like, oh, we understand, like, she
Z
knows
is
how.
definitely in dad mode, both in jokes and also in protection. Like
Yeah.
you always feel safe around him. Yeah.
That's under, let me pause that real quick, another instance
Yeah.
of, like, not sketchy scenarios, but just, like, I mean, this goes back to, like, some of, like, my like, I know that there's a question about, like, some of my, like, favorite spots.
We had someone asking what your favorite trick was, but I think that was a question in general I had, like because you did film this over a course of a year, there were so many spots across from California and Arizona. Was there like a favorite spot that you had?
I mean, I like to think all spots are different, but some of them are the same. I can't really pick one, but I do really love, like, the tight transition and, like, barrier DIY stuff. I really dig that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked this spot in particular because I was super stoked the first time we went. Like, I was
Oh,
so ready to ride it, and then it ended up that side where I'm going in at,
yeah,
it was filled with homeless camp. So, like, you couldn't ride it. You could only ride that one. I don't even think you could ride the other side. I don't even think we looked at it because, like, we just saw homeless people. And it's one of
yeah.
those spots, you're getting off the exit, off the freeway. So you're turning
Mm-hmm.
off, and you cut into the grass, not even, like, off the exit. And there's this, like, chained fence, and you just unhook the fence, and then you're there. So it's not even off an exit. It's legitimately off the side of an exit under a freeway. So it's
So
pretty crazy that, like,
yeah,
someone
for
just, like,
sure.
built that.
Is this like your favorite trick? Because Justin Shorty wanted to know like what your favorite like clip was in this entire video.
We passed it. It was the first clip for sure because
Oh,
I've
okay.
always seen that spot in videos,
Mm-hmm.
like, and there's so much history behind it, the LA courthouse, and those huge brick walls, and I always knew, like, I wouldn't really have a chance to, like, ride it to its
Yeah.
full potential because it's such a bust. Um, like, you ride there for 5 minutes and they kick you out. But recently, people have been finding their luck. And I think it's honestly because of a lot of just like just crime in the area, honestly.
Yeah.
Like crime, cops don't want to like bust bikers for having fun. They'd rather like
There's
get
so
down to
many more important
their actual
things
job.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more important things happening. So I guess we just went there on a good day. It was a Sunday, so it's like prime time to ride street, and we were able to ride that spot like fully, like for like an hour. And I was like,
Nice.
I was already done and dusted that day. Like I kind of didn't want to do anything else. I had already gotten like 4 clips. I'm like, I'm kind of just chilling. And then I was like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like I just want to like it was my last day technically, and I was like, I kind of want to do something on it because I know I won't be able to ride it again.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, okay, I'm gonna put my big girl pants on and just do something. It ended up being a sick clip. So I think that
Yeah.
thing has just like a lot of like stoke behind it. So and I love
There's a lot of
chaos.
stoke in this entire video, to be honest. Like, there's just so much fun, and like, everyone's stoked for you, the karate and all that stuff. Like, it's sick to see. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay, a lot of rain clips. I noticed a lot, a lot, a
Yes.
lot. What's the situation like? Usually people wrap it up, but like, was it just one of those situations where like we gotta do it now, or like nothing at
Well,
all?
there's always a joke behind me and Z is like I just bring in the rain. So like that like rail hop clip,
Yeah,
um it started pouring rain as soon as I wanted to do it. So I was like, okay, I have to do it. This
yeah.
was like we actually this was the same day we filmed actually so this day the clip the Compton clip we were talking about, this is also in Compton.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep,
that
there you go.
spot is around the corner. So like
Okay,
literally like 5 steps away from
yeah,
the first spot with the circles. And so
yeah,
that day we filmed the clip, the last Compton clip, but we didn't really film it the way we wanted to. It was kind of sketchy because it was raining. Like the circles are like painted. So like
yeah,
every time we would fast plane off of it, my foot would slip out or like it wasn't getting the right pop out of it.
yeah,
So we ended up last trip like refilming the clip that was filmed that day. But apparently this spot has a lot of history. There used to be like a tree where that dirt was, so you really couldn't like grind across it properly. I don't know. I'm
yeah,
not the spot wizard and I don't really know my spots. But if you ask Z, he'll know that there was a tree there at one point. That thing was so wax.
yeah,
Like with the rain it was insane. So initially I wanted to like feeble smith it, but Z was like it'd be even cooler if you just straight up smith it because that's a long smith grind. That's like a 7 foot smith.
Well, that's the tricky part with like videos, right? Like when you're watching like even Fast and Loose or watching Paris ride, like you don't see actually how big it is, and like with this wide lens, it like it's long, but you don't appreciate it until you're actually there.
Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
sixth spot. It was super slippery because of the wax and the rain.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that we didn't let the rain take down our day in Compton. So, and I
Clearly
think
not.
actually, if I see that correctly, that's Scott with the camera in the corner. So he probably maybe has a photo of it. So
Oh, okay, cool.
maybe if that photo the photo exists, which I'm pretty sure it does, maybe the length of the grind will do it justice with a photo.
That's so cool. Okay, let's talk about this because
That's why
a few
my
days ago,
poster is.
well, so a few days ago, you sent a collab to us, and like the video's doing really well. The angle that Jesse got, freaking sick. But Jeff Z did have a question. And it's a really good question. You're filming this for a year. You have this awesome clip that probably happened somewhere in the middle of the trip. You're saving it. Do you feel that it was worth saving everything for the video release, or like, do you wish you kind of like put out some of the clips earlier?
Um, It's definitely worth it. Like, I think my generation, like us young Gen, whatever we are,
What are you,
we're
like Gen Alpha or something?
I am not Gen Alpha. Do never say that ever again. I am not 5. Okay, and I'd be watching fucking Coco Melon, Skibby Toilet. I'm not.
I have no
No,
idea what that is.
maybe I am Gen Alpha. Maybe.
I think you might be Gen Alpha, actually.
No, but I mean, I grew up in a social media age. Like, I grew up with TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. So, like, instant gratification and likes and views, like, at that very moment, like, it's just,
Yeah.
like, engraved in my head. I don't care about it so much. Like, I just, like, I grew up watching BMX videos. Like, I grew up
Mhm.
watching, like, just, like, the old Odyssey Vision videos. I'd watch, like, old props videos. I would like anything that I could get my hands on YouTube, anything I could get my hands on, like in the cupboards of my dad's like DVD drawer, or what I could find online, like I would find. So I
Yeah.
always appreciated like people making videos. So I never really cared as much about Instagram during this process, because I knew as soon as it would be posted, it'd be 10 times, like it would just be worth it a million times, like 10 times better. Or
I mean, honestly, kudos to you, because like I would be like a crack addict. Like I just want to post this right now. But like, there's so many like Emily from Oklahoma, who's a Canadian, and like all the like even the Russian girls, like they have such sick clips. I always am thinking like, man, they should just like keep it together and like do a full length video. And like Emily did kind of, but it was still an Instagram like real style long format video, which was like it was so cool, but it would have been nice to have it like traditionally, like how you have it, like how everyone
yeah,
used to do
like
it. Yeah,
there, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I've watched the iPhone clip hundreds of times
yeah,
and literally like had it in my drafts for forever, just to
yeah.
like, it's been tempting, but I know like, hey, like it'll come out soon and it'll be 10 times better when it's like in the video, and it's gonna be sick. And like getting like the views and likes on YouTube, like it's crazy to think like you can look on your Instagram feed and be like, oh, I got this many likes, I got this many views, but it just means like a little more when it's like a 5-minute video and you see that, like, I mean, 10K people watch that 5-minute video of something
Yeah.
that you've done for a year. Like, that just means a
Hmm.
lot. It's less rewarding when it's like a 15-second clip of you doing just some jib at your local and like,
Yeah.
you know, 50,000 people watched you do it. Like,
And honestly, like on the marketing aspect of it, like it makes sense too, because now the videos that all these clips that you have had saved on your iPhone, it's gonna have just people visit that video more to see the full thing, right? So marketing wise, like it makes sense too.
there's a sick bike roll that almost sacrificed the camera.
Oh my god. Oh no. That was awesome. Yeah, Z is not shy from, or he's definitely had a lot of experience of near death
Yeah,
experiences with
I
his
saw that
camera.
clip
So
of Ratty Matty. So like I've seen that clip over like 100 times, like because I've watched Sif a fair amount of times, and with like them like releasing all like the individual segments of everybody and like the story reviews or like the ender
yeah,
stories, that clip always pops up. And anytime Z's like taking a photo or a video and he's like a little close to my comfort, I'm like, can you just scoot back a little bit, because I don't want to like KO you for the second time. But
yeah.
luckily he came out like fairly unscathed. I think I saw like the aftermath photo, you know, like a scraped elbow and his lens was all f***ed up. But luckily
Oh my,
himself, he was fine.
that's
But
good. I've definitely had some like near death experiences, especially like I remember at Simple Session, and Angie was like going up the wall, and then I was like a little bit too close with the wide lens, and like almost basically saw my life flash beyond my eyes.
yeah,
But I did want to talk about the music, because it's not common for any company nowadays to actually buy music and have it in their video. They're usually going with like the free stuff because it's free. So yeah, let's talk about this band that you picked out.
So yeah, GT, I'm lucky enough that they paid literally, like, I think, bleep, 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 I don't know if, like, I'm allowed to say this, but, like, bleep, bleep, for the video, for the song, which, that's sick, like, I'm stoked on that, like, I mean, I really, like, especially for my first video part, I didn't want, like, a non-copyrighted, like, iTunes song, like, I really wanted something that, like, I felt, like, riding, like, if I was, like, listening to a song while riding, this would be the song I'd be listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And I listen to a lot of, like, not like pop punk, but like alternative punk bands.
Yeah,
Like,
it gives me props vibes, you know, like
yeah,
that's
that's what
stuff
someone
I do.
said. So Oso is a really sick band. They opened
Mm-hmm.
up for a band that my mom, my brother, and I listened to a lot called the Menzingers. And I was like, oh, they sound kind of familiar. And then I just, like, became highly obsessed with them. And I just, like, started listening to all their songs. And it ended up being that one of their songs was, like, exactly the amount of time I needed for this video. And I was like, okay, we're doing this song. We're doing this one.
Yeah,
So
I'm
luckily
glad
it
you made
worked
it
out.
happen. Yeah,
And they were super chill about it. I don't think right now we can reuse the song as much. But whatever. It's in the video. It's there forever.
yeah. No,
So
that's sick. I'm like, especially for your first edit, for them to go all out like that and actually make it the right way. That's
yeah,
freaking amazing.
they've been helping a lot. Like,
Mhm.
just making sure that I get what they need and what I need, and just, like, making it happen. Like,
Yeah,
couldn't ask for a better, like, place to do it for, like, honestly.
yeah. They've been awesome with you. So I do have a couple other questions. Gonna try to shoot them out to you, but the biggest question that even I had this question too, but your glasses and how they stay on, because I don't see them coming off really often or
They
ever.
slip. Like, they'll slip like this, and then
Yeah,
sometimes you'll see me mid-run go like that. And
yeah.
it's goofy looking, but Bethany's going blonde. You see that there's, like, these little,
Hmm.
like, electrical tape, and they basically result as, like, a buffer for my glasses not slipping off. So it's like the electrical tape material rubbing against my ear just, like, allows it not to slip. And then I always ride. I've been riding a full cut for just over, like, 3 years.
Yeah,
I used to ride, like, little Bethany used to ride, like, straight up full face and, like, look all
I
goofy.
remember. I have photos.
Yeah. But I switched to a full cut because I was like, there's not one a full face, which is whatever. But I mean, the full cut's been just helping with the glasses, and I
Yeah,
like the feeling of it. It feels a little more secure than, like, an actual, like, half cut.
yeah. Do
So,
you have like backup glasses? Like if that, like if something
I
happens?
actually just went to the eye doctor, and I got these ones I've had for well over a year now. I just got my prescription rechanged, so I have new glasses.
Yeah,
And, like, they're literally in my bag. I just literally haven't gotten them fitted yet. And I kind of planning on just keeping these as riding glasses and keeping those as, like,
yeah,
my regular, like, glasses. I
yeah.
also have sunglasses. I just got I think my first legitimate pair of prescription sunglasses.
What did you go with, Oakley's or?
No, my lenses are too thick for Oakley's. So I have to get, like, these, like, not like cheap frames, but they
Yeah,
look like glasses frames. But they
yeah.
literally, like, my sunglasses lens, it's like that thick.
That sucks. You should probably consider laser eye surgery. It takes like 5 minutes.
But I like my glasses, though.
I mean, it does make who you are, yeah, for sure.
So,
Um, Another thing that makes you who you are, well, I guess it depends on what day of the week it is, but we had a question from YZZZ. I bought a free coaster to Fakey, and I still can't. I'm losing my. Why can't I not if my life depends on it?
so I used to be that way. I used to refuse to ride a free coaster because I did not understand the mechanism behind it. But Odyssey, like a year or so ago, I was like, oh, I'll test one out, and I ended up loving it. My red free coaster, and I found that if I had my seat raised fairly high, like, let's say, like, a fistful,
Yeah.
or maybe a little more, I could pinch my seat and basically push my butt back and coast. So, like, literally how I learned how to fakie on a free coaster is I just went to a half pipe, I raised my seat up a little higher than I usually do, and just practice positioning my body weight towards that
Mm-hmm.
fakie and just rolling up and down, up and down. But yeah, you just have to, like, give it time. Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna be easier on a free coaster. I honestly think, like, when you learn how to fakie on a free coaster, it'll help you faking on a cassette. I definitely am not one to talk about this because I grew up riding cassettes, and then I went to free coaster and I came back to cassettes. But I will say, riding a free coaster for over a year definitely helped me learn how to position my body for faking on a cassette. And now I can fakie as long as I can on a cassette as I can a free coaster. So it's like, it all buffs out. You just gotta give it
Nice.
time. You'll lose your
Yeah.
multiple times, but it'll buff
that's
out.
that's just part of it, isn't it? But like also like it's a muscle memory you have to like learn, and you don't learn it by just doing it once.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
manuals, like
Manuals
Jessie.
is like something you learn for the rest of your life, though, from
Yeah,
what people
Jessie,
told
for
me.
example, she's like, well,
Yeah.
you just have to manual every day for 10 minutes, and you have to do better than you did the next day. It's the same thing with fakies.
Yeah.
It's just a balance, bot muscle memory type of trick. And once you learn how to do it solid, it'll be there with you for forever. So,
Nice. Cool. One more question for you. This is from Nina, but build your burrito. What's in it?
well, boy. Well, I'm not one to talk because I actually just had Chipotle and I got a burrito bowl. But
First of all, Chipotle, I used to love it. I think it's overrated now. I think it's like
well,
bland.
the portion sizes have gotten absolutely. It's been terrible. I'm
Really?
like, I
Oh.
get double rice, and they just like scoop half a cup of rice, and I'm like, dude, I'm trying to
I mean,
eat, boy. Hungry.
inflation economy, or
Yeah,
shrinkflation.
I don't know what you guys got in Canada, but I'm struggling out here. Um,
Everything on a kid in Canada is just expensive now.
yeah, but usually, like, if I really want a burrito I'm down with and it's consistent, I get a Moe's, and I get a tortilla, of course, with white
Yeah.
rice, black beans, tofu. Depending on how hungry I am, I'll get extra tofu, and then I'll get like the grilled onions and the grilled peppers and maybe some corn and some pico.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
And then I always make sure they have like these sauces, so you can choose between sauces, and I get the Southwest vinaigrette, so it's just kind of like a vinaigrette dressing, and
Yeah.
then guac on the side. So because I don't want my wet ingredients ruining my burrito vibe when it just starts falling apart. So I'm very calculated when it comes to my burritos.
I understand. Yeah, no, I get it. I don't want like a sloppy burrito anyways, too.
Yeah, I don't want people looking at me and my shit's like everywhere, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my life right now.
That's why I eat like burritos with a fork now, because otherwise it just gets too messy with all the
Or if
stuff
they
I
give
put
you
in
like
it.
some tin foil,
Yeah.
you can like
No,
use.
I still make a mess.
Yeah,
It's bad.
there's a guy on
Um,
TikTok that like has like eating a Chipotle burrito for a day and seeing how much of a mess I can make, or something
yeah.
like that. Like,
Oh my God. That would be me. I would win that for sure. But yeah, that's all the questions I have. Like any like last minute things you want to just say or shout out before we go?
um, well, it's been like absolutely crazy filming a video part. Like, it started as like just like a little like trip to California before Simple Session, turned into like several trips to California, filming, and just like basically creating this project, which has been pretty freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to make more in the future, like whether that be in California or maybe an East Coast one. But you never know. But definitely filming videos and making BMX content and video parts is definitely like something I'm strapping for quite a while.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be possible without GT. It couldn't be possible without Odyssey. going to be possible without bands. I just want to say thank you to all the people that helped me out, giving me free shoes, free bike parts, sending me out to places that I dream about going to. Like, it just means the absolute world. But yeah, shout out to Z for sitting behind the camera for forever and watching me each, and
Almost dying himself.
yeah, sometimes, and giving me high fives after landing tricks and giving me free plant powered after the session, bro.
That, honestly, I didn't know what the hype was, but it is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the time.
Yeah.
All the links are, if you want to follow Bethany, you want to see the video, everything's going to be in the captions below. But thanks for spending your time with me.
No problem.
Bye.